questions that we can go over today that you would like to ask about marketing, just in general? Any question? It's not too stupid or too silly, or how many hashtags can you use on Instagram? I mean, the sky's the limit here. So, is there anything that you'd like to talk about as far as marketing particular?
I have a question.
Sure.
I sent out a review form.
Uh-huh.
And I got a review back. It's from Google, but it came to my email as it was a manager review or something. So instead of going on to Google, it came as an email to me. It was a nice review. I would have liked to have it gotten posted, but I don't know if I did something wrong when I sent out the review form.
So we can look at that right now, and I can go over that process with you, and you can see what steps you took. I can share my screen and we can look at that. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
It's called a direct to manager feedback is what they called it.
Is that what Google called it?
Yeah.
Huh. That's kind of weird. Well, relatively speaking anyway. All right, can you all see my screen?
No.
Nope. All right, hold on a minute, because I'm trying to record this differently. So give me one second. If it's gonna, I know what I need to do. All this technology, you guys. All right, can you see my HouseMaster logo?
Yes.
Yep, okay. All right, so we're gonna go to Google here real quick and see what's going on. I'll just kind of go over with you the process of a review, and you can tell me. I'm just going to pick a Google My Business. This is someone's Google My Business, so I'll only be able to show you part of it, but does this look familiar to everyone? This is your dashboard on Google. Everybody's used to seeing this, right?
Yes.
All right, so there are two ways to do reviews. So you can go over here to the left nav, and there's reviews here. So you can click on this, and you can see the reviews that you've gotten, replied, haven't replied, and sort them. So you can see where they come here. Go back to home. Now, to request a review from someone, you want to go here to this button, and you will get a link. Now, this depends on how you're communicating with your customers or whoever you're asking for a review. So you can share this on Facebook if you'd like. But my best practice, what I like to do is I like to share it via email. So what they need to do is then click on this link and type in their review, and it should go back to your Google My Business page. You put in their email address, and it should come back to your page, because this is the link that they need to click on. Is that the process you did?
I copied the link and put it in the email because I was sending them an email.
Right.
And so I just copied the link and put it in there.
Okay. And they filled out the link, but it went back to your email?
Yeah, it came back as a direct to manager.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to check on that. I don't know why that would be an option. It should come straight back to your page if they go through that link. So let me make a note of that and see what happens, because I don't know the direct to manager. It is as if they were giving the employee a review and you're the manager, correct?
Yes.
And I'm not sure you would want, somebody's helping me, letting people in, because you want that to go on your page.
Right.
Yeah. So let me see. Direct to manager. So let me see about that, and I will get back to you. How's that? I'll follow up with an email. Yeah, and give you an answer to that, because that's weird, and it's unfortunate that you don't get to take advantage of that, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, John, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't able to answer you on the spot, but I will follow up with an email, and I'll copy the whole group so to have, in case anyone else comes up with that same issue.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Great. Well, thank you, John, for going first. It's always hard to be the first one. So anybody else? Hey, Brian, I can check on your page. Do you want me to check on your page?
I think with mine, I never knew anything about Google Pages, and we get so much spam. They were calling and sending postcards, and I just threw it in the garbage. I really didn't know what it was. But I just went to the Google My Business page, and it says somebody's already claimed it.
Oh no.
I don't know that I have.
All right, let's see. Yes, because you are going to need those postcards. I know it's weird. It's counterintuitive. You would think that Google would be so high tech that they're not going to mail you anything, but this is their way of making sure you are who you say you are.
And then the only other thing I think is my Gmail email is really not. I never intended that to be business related.
Uh-huh.
And so when I'm getting ready to claim this page, it's got my Michigan football at gmail.com. So it's not something I really want associated with a business, but that's my Google.
That's what you have associated. Well, I just worked through another franchise owner and switching accounts. So we can create another Google account that you can associate with this business page. So you don't have to use your your football Gmail, right? Tell me again, Brian, it was HomeMasters of
HouseMaster
of York. Of New York. Sorry, HouseMaster of New York.
No, HouseMaster of York County.
Okay, Fort Mill, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we found the right one. Okay. So this, I will tell you.
But again, that's my. I guess that's okay, but that's my home address, and really not my business address.
Okay, so first of all, I want to let you know that Review Manager has access to this account. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. So home, so info over here on the left nav, this is really crucial for everyone to notice. If this information is not filled out correctly or here that does not coincide with the zip codes that you own, then you need to let us know, because this is a piece that we fill out, your hours and your phone number. And it's really crucial that we fill that out, because what happens is that we have another vendor that helps us manage this information across all platforms, so that your website will be the same. Any other platform that you're on within the industry that has your name, if there's some kind of special listing, all your information will be the same, because that's crucial for customers to find you all in the same place. So the same zip codes you cover, etc. So in your Google My Business, those are the 3 areas that we maintain for you. So you have to let us know when you move, if you've added zip codes or changed zip codes that you own, which we should know as well, but you can let us know. And then the hours and your phone numbers. So those are the crucial pieces that we manage on your behalf, so that with our vendors, it goes across all platforms. So right now, Brian, are these things not correct? Your phone number and some of these zip codes?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking at the
over here.
Up in the top left corner, it says Rock Hill, Fort Mill.
Okay, so that just shows up here is just a small snippet of this, and these are your service areas.
So it says no locations, but the location that I had the location that I saw when we first come to this page was Old Terra Lane, which is my house address.
Okay.
But I don't see that on here at all.
Yeah, so so what we may want to do is schedule some time. I can talk with you one-on-one, because what I think we need to do is look at the email addresses that are assigned to not just your Google My Business, but your Google account. And you can use your housemaster.com email. We just need to set it up that way. So I think, so I'm happy to schedule some time with you to go over that, because we need to look at those particulars and get you set up. Okay. So can I reach out to you and schedule some time with you then to go over that?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Okay. Because it sounds like to me you want to change the Gmail anyway. And I just walked through that whole process with a franchise owner yesterday, and now he has it set up, and now he's in updating his Google My Business with the correct Gmail address that he wants to use.
And then what if you have multiple locations? Can you add that to the same, or do you need separate Google pages, business pages?
I think that, hold on, so people are in the waiting. Give me 1 second. I don't believe that you need, oh, somebody's helping me with the admitting people.
I'll take that for you.
Thank you, Ron. You're the best. Okay, so what you want is one main address as far as where your hub would be, because you have your many zip codes. Explain to me why you would have two different, because you have two different homes. Is that what you're telling me, or?
No, so a long time, and I'm sure things have changed, but a long time ago, I had where if you had multiple locations, it helped out on the search. So if I have one in Lake Wiley, I had a P.O. box in Lake Wiley, a P.O. box in Fort Mill, my home address, and that helped with the searches. I don't know if that's true or not today, but that was.
Okay, so I can see where it probably has changed over time to where now we have service areas. So now, instead of you having to list all those different P.O. boxes, or instead of running around having to have P.O. boxes, all we need to do is list your service areas right here.
Okay.
Okay, so as long as those, because what I'll show you here is up here, you can click on View on Maps, and this is your service area. So is this correct? Is this the area you serve?
It's a little big, but that's probably fine.
So within this area, these are the zip codes that you have purchased and you service. Oh my gosh, all the notifications. And then this is your page right here. So what we need to do is just get your Gmail sorted out, and you'll be good to go.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll look for an email from me, Brian. We'll get some time on the calendar. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else want to go next? Got more questions? We need to have like Jeopardy music or something. Am I too old? Did I make everybody feel old? Any other questions? No question is too dumb or too small or too big. Well, it could be too big, but I'll just tell you, I'll look it up and call you back later. So,
Jamie, I have one. We have a franchisee that has no idea how to access their Google My Business page. If they simply just claim it, that should get them started on getting back into their page.
Yes. So they don't know.
They reach out to you.
Yeah, so they can email me, or I do have a form now that's in my email address, and I'll send out the link in the email after this meeting. So it's a form you can request things from me, and that just helps me because I don't want anyone to fall through and miss someone. So it's a spreadsheet, and I love spreadsheets, y'all. So populate the spreadsheet. It's a form to fill out to tell me what your question is. It gives me a little bit of time to think about how to answer you, and then I reply back to you with either an answer or we're going to have to meet about it, et cetera, et cetera. So, so Ron is the question that he doesn't know how to create the account, he doesn't know where to go, or he's already created it and he doesn't know how to find it.
They believe they created it, but have no access to it.
Okay.
As they took over for another franchise.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be an email to me. So let them know to fill out the form, Ron, because what I'm going to have to do is investigate who owned the other one, if there was one, if it didn't exist, and then we need to set it up. for them.
Okay.
Okay?
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. But I will go over a real simple thing. So this was a question yesterday, so I'm just going to go over, since we're talking all things Google, since Google rules the world these days. So I want to tell you, so if you just, so say you're going to the internet, right? You're on the internet and you're going to use Google as your search engine. This is what powers the internet, because Google's going to find it for you, right? Everybody knows that. I'm going to say everybody knows that, but just in case you didn't. So we're on Google. Make sure you're there. And the way you go to find your Google My Business page is, you see these little dots right here? Right here. This is where Google stores all their little things. So you click on this and it has your account settings. This is Brian. This is where we're going to go and look at your email addresses when we're talking, me and you. I'll show you in a minute. Here's your Google My Business. Here's YouTube, because Google and YouTube, they go together. So if you put videos on YouTube, you can rank higher on Google. And then here's your Google Drive, photos in case you keep them there, sheets, docs, etc. So the thing that you want to know about is your Google My Business. Now, this doesn't come up any because this is my work, and I don't have it organized like this, but if I were you, this would come up right here. And this would be our dashboard, just like we just looked at. It would look like this. So that's how you get to it. We're going to look at, we're going to pick on Brian a minute because he's a good sport. And we're going to look at, this is where we're going to go, Brian, and look at your personal information regarding your Google account. So understand, your Google account is the big umbrella that houses all those little pieces. And one of the little pieces is Google My Business. So when your Google account was created, you probably used a Gmail, right? Your football, whatever it is that you don't want to associate with your business. We can add another Gmail or another email that then we can associate with Google My Business, so you can keep your personal and business separate. So we'll do that together, Brian. But that's how to get there, and that's what we're going to either be talking about, your Google account and the email addresses, or the Google My Business, which are all the things that you should add to your Google My Business, as far as photos and logos and things like that.
Are you able to see what email address is in there now?
Yeah, do you want to look at it?
You can just kind of show me.
All right, I'll show you.
I just created another Gmail account.
Okay, so, oh my gosh, this shows me mine. I'm sorry, Brian. This shows me this is my work.
Oh, okay. No worries then.
Yeah.
We can work on that later.
Yeah, so sorry. Hold on. I can do it. I was in the wrong thing. No, it still won't let me. I have to do it with you. Sorry. It's not letting me look at it there. So, but that's where it would be. This is showing my account, but this is, we're going to have to log in to your Google account. I can only log into your Google My Business. So all those things. We'll work through that, Brian. No worries. But again, as you can see, this is my Google account through Neighborly. And right here is where the emails are going to live. And you can decide which email you want to have and which ones you want to use. I highly recommend that you either talk with me or Matthew Bruce before you start changing emails, because if your business is really, what we discovered yesterday with the franchise owner is that he had a SBC Global account and he's used that for 20 years. So I don't want to change anything that's hugely definitive within your business until you talk to someone in IT about that. Okay. But as far as Google My Business, we can associate an email address with that. But as far as changing historical email addresses, I would like to get IT involved, because that's a bigger discussion, because it may affect your logins to other things. So just be mindful of that. All right. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions that I can answer? Y'all want to talk social media? Y'all want to talk blogs? Do you want to talk videos? Somebody give me a topic and let's talk about it.
Let's talk blogs.
All right.
And I'll add to thankfulness. With blogs, I think it would help if you can give pointers on how to create content and where to find content to add to their Google My Business page.
Okay. All right. So I'll give you a little blog 101. So, first of all, the reason why. So this is going to help you. The reason why you want to blog, because Google sends out bots, right, all over the websites that you have. And what it's looking for are certain words. It wants to know that you know home inspections, chimney repair, these things all resonate within home inspections because it has learned on your website this is what you talk about. And there is a certain authority score that Google gives your website, gives everybody's website. We're always being graded, y'all. So right now, Google gives your website an authority score, and based on the content you put on there, based on the load time and some other factors that we help you with on your behalf. But as far as content where you can really beef up your authority score is in blogs. And this gives you like street cred with Google, that you know what you're talking about. What you really would like to strive for is talking about things within the home inspection industry so that you add more credibility. You want to have long blogs, which I know everybody's going to just don't roll your eyes too loud, but the more words you can put in your blog, the better it is. You want anywhere from 200 to 1,000 words. Now that sounds daunting. Don't panic on that, because I am very certain that if you sat down, you'd be able to very quickly write 1,000 words about what you know. I mean, if you explain how you checked air conditioning, if you explain winterizing, if you explained why you need to do that, pretty soon you'd be writing 1,000 words. Now, there are certain key points to a blog. So you need to have a title, and you need to break up your content into big paragraphs. Because if you know when you go to a page and it's just all this text, nobody wants to read that. So break it up to where it's in bite-sized pieces for people to read, and put little titles with each one. It's counterintuitive to anything you've probably learned how to write in any kind of school education background. Because what you want is you want someone who has the attention of 6 seconds to want to read your blog. And what you need to do is you need to break it up into pieces and have your keywords, which I sent out. I'm hoping the newsletter goes out soon, because I did give you all the top keywords that we pay for. And then you can add those in your blogs. But the reason why you want to do this is because when Google sees all these keywords and you're talking about it, they go, oh, Melissa is an expert in this. So I'm going to erase her authority score. Therefore, she ranks higher on Google when someone searches in her area for HouseMaster.
So what do you suggest, how frequently do we do a blog?
Well, consistency is key. And however you can be consistent is what I recommend. If it's once a month, once a month. Because it will add up over time that you've then created, 6 blogs over 6 months. But what I also discover in writing blogs is that the more you do it, the faster you get at it. And then you would be able to, maybe do 2 a month. It is not something you have to do once a week. That's an exhaustive schedule if you are very busy with other things. So what I typically coach people on is pick something about marketing that you can be consistent with, because that is key. If you're consistent on Facebook, then you're winning on Facebook. If you're consistent, you'd rather write blogs, be consistent. Whatever that cadence is, keep that up, because Google's constantly then getting this information from you, which also goes, oh, wow, Melissa must really know about this. She's writing about this consistently. You're not writing about home inspection and then writing about horse riding or going to the beach or recipes, right? You are consistently writing about home inspections. This is what you are known for. So that's why it's crucial. And there is no wrong answer. Whatever works in your business, because it can be a little time consuming at first, because there's a lot more detail to it, like getting backlinks, which means are links to other authority articles that as you get more experience, you will want to dive into. But right now, just getting the content on your website in a long form, so somewhere around 1,000 words, created with a title and headlines, then Google will start crawling your blogs.
Okay. Now I don't quite understand the hashtag thing. So when we use keywords, do we have to hashtag in front of it, or
Okay.
is that not necessary?
Yeah, right. Okay, so hashtags are only good on social media.
Okay.
Only you put the little hashtag mark and then the word on social media.
Okay.
However, those words, so the keywords are very crucial in your blog, but they are not turned into hashtags. Don't put the little number sign home improvement, right? Or home inspection or any of that. Just use the words, I am a home inspector, this is HouseMasters, and then my other, there were variations of home inspector on there. So just use those words in your articles. And because your website talks all about it too, it's like Google recognizes, oh, you're using all these words, you're an expert in this.
So would it be helpful or harmful to put the same blog, say, on Facebook or my website? I don't do tweeting and that other instant thing. I'm not there yet.
So I highly recommend that you do a blog on your website and then put a link to it on Facebook. So I would have a picture. I would always have a picture. So take a picture of yourself doing whatever it is, or your husband, or your inspectors, or your truck, or take a picture so that you have a picture associated with your blog, because then you can put that picture on social media, on Facebook, and put the link and say, I just wrote my blog this week and it's, I don't know, winterizing this year, right? So the link on Facebook then takes you to your website and everybody reads your blog. This also shows Google that you're an expert because you have people coming to you for that topic.
Okay, so I hook my website to my Facebook via a picture and a blog. Do I not do the same blog on Google, or is that redundant?
You could put the link to your blog that is on your website. The blog lives on your website. Your goal
always. I don't ever do it. I wouldn't write it on Google.
No.
Okay.
So you share links from your blog. Your hub is your website. You want that to be the hub of everything you do, because your goal in all that you're doing is to get lead conversions.
Okay.
And what you want people to do is, what you're trying to do is gather traffic to your website. If you don't have traffic to your website, they can't sign up, they can't make an appointment, they can't decide, oh my gosh, I need radon testing, right? This is our ultimate goal, ultimate. This is the reason for living. We want people to come to your website and book an appointment with you, right? So you're going to have a blog. It always lives on your website. The content mostly always lives on your website, whatever you do. Videos, blogs, any kind of updates that you want to make in that form. But you share that link to Facebook. You share that link to your Google page so that people know, oh, you're in business. You're still maintaining your Google My Business and your website, but you want everyone to come to your website because that's where they fill out the form and make the appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm on my website. Where do I go to put this blog?
So I believe that there is And now I have an image of this. Hold on. In a presentation. I believe that there is something in the top nav. There is something where you can share videos. Hold on, let me. Oh, let me make
Do
sure.
I have to log into our?
You do probably do to put it there. And what I can do also is ask IT how to do this to make sure that I'm telling, because this is the image I have. I'm going to share my screen. I'm looking for it. Hold on. So let me. Share my screen. Oh. Give me 1 second, guys. So as far as I understand, that you can put right here are your social media things, and then you should be able to upload pieces here. But I will make sure on that.
Okay.
So let me make a note of that. And I can give you step by step on how to load that to your site. Because I do get requests for articles, so I know people do that, but I'm sorry I don't have the exact steps, so I will get that for you, because I typically approve the articles that you all put on your websites. It comes to me. I read through them and give you any insights to that, but I have Joe Tangrady, if you know him, I'm sure you do. He goes over them as well if they go into real technical detail, just so that we're all on the same page as far as information that we're sharing out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Step by step to load your blog to the site. And you need to then also connect your social media pages to that as well.
You can explain that in the post that you send out. That would be great too.
Okay. Connecting the social media. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. You would just put.
I'm just kind of techno-tarded. I'm sorry.
Listen, no. Again, this is a free space, no judging space. Everybody just needs to know things, and that's how you learn it. So connecting your social media is really crucial, because when people go to your website and they click on that, they want to see that, oh, wow, you're very active. You're still in business. It doesn't look like, it's been like 2012 since you posted something on Facebook, because that kind of makes people feel like, oh, well, maybe you're really not in business. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let me add that too. Sorry, guys, I've been recovering from a sinus infection. Can't talk very good. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So, Melissa, I'm happy to get those for you and email it out to the group and make sure that everyone understands how to do that, because those are just nuances that, everybody needs to know. All right. Anybody else have another question? Because we were on a roll there as far as social media. Blogging is really great for content. Let's see. Video. I'm happy to go over social media, just a rundown of social media and the best practices. How does that sound? All right. So best practice for social media. The things that you want to post. So this was a question that came up. If you are on Facebook, you want to talk about what you're doing in your business this week, what you've learned, if you've been to a conference, if something new in your industry, those kind of things. That's what Facebook does for you, adds credibility that way. Instagram, it's a platform that if you take really great pictures of yourself doing those things, that's where you should post it. People love photographs on Instagram. It's not a must-have, but it is a platform for that deeper dive into photography. So if you have, great pictures of things in your business that you want to show, especially maybe if you have your truck parked a certain way, or it's a beautiful home, or, you know, just really that beautiful picture that represents your business. And then you could talk about some tips on there, and have hashtags. And the hashtags groups information on Instagram. So if you follow hashtag Kim Kardashian, for instance, everybody knows who Kim Kardashian is. That group of people that follow that hashtag gets all her updates. That's why they follow it. So what you want to use are hashtags that people would be interested in what you talk about. So hashtag home inspections, anyone who follows that hashtag is interested in what to do with home inspections. So you would appeal to that target audience with your content. You can have up to 11 hashtags on Instagram in your posts. Any more than that, then they might consider it very spammy. One downfall to Instagram I don't like much is that you can't put links in your post. The only link you can have in Instagram to somewhere outside of Instagram is in your bio. And that's where you will want to put the link to your website. Now on Facebook, you can put all kinds of links in the post. They don't care. It's great. They let you, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West on Facebook. They let you put anything anywhere. They don't typically group by hashtags though. So that doesn't help you any grouping content, but that's okay. You don't need it. LinkedIn. So the audience of LinkedIn.
Right. So we should not put hashtags on Facebook. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, you don't have to. You have different groups, literally groups on Facebook that you can join, that then you could talk about your content in there, but the hashtags don't group it. Like you have to be asked to join. So if there's a real estate group, a construction group, a home builder group, and you want to be in it, ask to join it, and then you would talk about your content within that group. You know, down at the bottom, like if you're on your mobile, it'll say groups, you know, friends, and then groups. You click on groups and it'll be all your realtor groups, etc. And you can post within there when they let you in. Yeah. But no I'm sorry. We don't need any hashtags for Facebook. Instagram, I highly recommend hashtags just because it's such a big, hey, Ryan, you put your hand up. I can't hear you. You're on mute. I'm sorry, I can't hear you now. Oh, type it in the chat. Can you type your question in the chat? Oh, you already did type a question in the chat. Hold on. Have a ton of homeowners information series guides, a great copy and paste for blogs. Where are they located? Okay. All right, well, let me look. Okay, well, I will look for those. So evidently there are some blogs that we can use, repurpose. So, but Brian says he uses Active Rain, a real estate blog platform, and he just cut and paste for his homeowner info guides. And it was free 10 years ago. So I'm sure that there are places that would offer you content that you could use. But we do like to make sure it's the HouseMaster, you know, process and things like that. So thanks for the tip, Brian. That's great. Okay, so Instagram. Okay, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, I love. It's my favorite platform personally. I love to be on LinkedIn, but it has a different point of view for social media. So it's not. Oh, Brian says he can't unmute, and he says, as for Facebook, hashtag is very important. He says, try searching hashtag I thought it was new on Facebook, and all of my new construction videos are grouped together. Oh, okay. Well, great. All right. Well, I think that Brian helped us with our social media. So evidently we can group by hashtag. So that's good to know. I was not under that impression. So you can try it and see if people do follow hashtags and see if it works for you. I think that's great. Thank you, Brian, for letting us know that. Okay, back to LinkedIn. LinkedIn hashtags are important because you can follow up to so many on your profile. But I would recommend a different point of view on LinkedIn is to talk about why you enjoy being a franchise owner, why you wanted to be an entrepreneur, why you wanted to do those things versus just selling your business or selling pieces. It's a little bit different than Facebook or Instagram from that perspective. You can talk about being an entrepreneur, how long you've done this, the things you've learned about it, why you love to be a home inspector as far as different than any other franchise owner business, those kind of things. I'm not saying it's only that, but I will say that you will get a lot more followers when you talk about from a business perspective, what do you get out of owning your own business, franchise owner, those kind of things. What have you learned? What are the biggest pitfalls? What are the things you have overcome in your business? How did you hire someone? I mean, all that kind of a business mindset is a great platform. LinkedIn is a great platform for that. You can still talk about the services you offer. I would just add in the other pieces and giving back to the community to help someone else decide whether they want to be a franchise owner or not. So that would be really good. And then Twitter. Well, and then there's TikTok, because I know y'all are wanting to be on TikTok. I have a 14-year-old, and I said something about being on TikTok, and she just about died. So, yeah. Oh, my gosh, Mom, you can't be on TikTok. Anyway, Twitter is a great platform for an event, a conference, something that's going on right this minute. Twitter's like hot right now. Like you tweet and you say something right now, and someone replies back. That's where you can get a lot of back and forth that can be a little bit controversial at times. So if you just stay clear out of the kind of politics part or anything controversial and just talk about your business, you will be able to find a lot of kindred people out there who just want to talk about home inspection, those kind of things. So just be mindful of that. Just don't get steered off into the abyss with conversations, because it can happen. And then, of course, our latest platforms, Snapchat, TikTok. If you love making videos and you love doing fun, crazy things, I don't recommend, doing crazy things to take pictures of. But if within the realm of reasonability, TikTok's a great platform. It's very young, a lot of young viewers, but people say that if you start out on the ground floor of a platform, you can build quite a few followers, and it is significantly growing, and older people are on there. So I'm not, but anyway, because my daughter would just really secretly die inside if she knew. Anyway, okay, so that is a rundown of social media. I know that was really fast. Anybody want to ask any questions on social media? Nope, no social media. Okay, so just to recap, we went over Google My Business, how to log in, how to let me know if you want to change your email addresses. So you'll need to reach out to me. We need to go through that process. You know now how to find Google My Business on Google, and you need to update your images and how to write a review or request a review. We did that. And then we talked about blogging, how important that is for your content, for your SEO, and then how long a blog should be. And I am going to send out the step-by-steps to upload a blog to your website, and also how to connect your social media platforms to your website, which is up in the top part of your navigation bar. And then very quickly, I went through the different platforms of social media and what you would want to post where. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Anybody into making great videos? Anybody love making videos? No? I will tell you, so there's I know I owned my own business for a little while, and automation is really key to owning your own business, because you are you're your accountant, you're your person that does the work, you're the salesperson, you're the everything. And I highly recommend that you learn how to automate your social media, and that is going through LavaSurf, which is the vendor we use now. And what I might do next week is give a tutorial on LavaSurf on how to schedule your social media posts so that you can free up your time during the week. My schedule used to be, I would get up early on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and I would plan out 2 weeks of my social media, and I would schedule it. So then I knew I didn't have to be online unless I was just doing something that I wanted to take a picture of at the moment. But it was just a nice feeling to know I have that all running for me and I don't have to think about it. So maybe I will do that next week. We'll do a little tutorial on LavaSurf on how to post and what it looks like when it goes to social media. And I can post some things on my social media and then you all can see it. How's that sound? Does that sound like something you all would be interested in?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Because you really do need to help yourself out, and automation is the key. Because so many things take so much time, but I'm here to tell you that once you get the hang of it, it is faster. Over time, you will get faster at it. So it just takes a little bit to learn it. All right, well, it's 2:50, and I want to see, are there any other questions that you'd really like to ask or that we haven't covered that we could go over? Happy to share. Google My Business. So we can talk about video a little bit, and I will just start with the stories. So there are a couple of platforms that have stories, and the reason for this is to, of course, be in competition with YouTube, but it's not. But anyway, they're trying. So the reason why you would ever put anything on a story, so Facebook has stories, LinkedIn has stories, and Instagram has stories. And the reason why I would recommend you ever using stories, it is something in the moment right now. You typically use your stories for, if you planned all your social media for the week and you went out and you saw someone you hadn't seen in a long time, and they drove up by your truck and you took a picture with them, you would put that on your story. Hey, I just saw Melissa. We've been friends for 10 years and this is my new business, blah, blah, blah. I put that on my story. Now, stories on Instagram, you can do so much too. You can add music, you can add words to it. You can get very, very detailed, but you can just post a story and that's this minute in this time, and it only lasts, I think, 3 seconds. So stories are very instantaneous. It's a version of Snapchat, but not as daunting as a whole platform. It's just this little fun thing to do right in the moment. I don't use stories as much on LinkedIn as, say, I do on Facebook or Instagram. And again, Instagram should be very, very photo focused. That is its goal, is to show the photography or video of whatever you're doing. But other than that, those are the questions I get. Why would you use your stories? And it's just to be in competition with the Snapchats and TikToks. So there you go. All right. Well, if no one else has any other questions, I will follow up with this group with an email. I'll just send it out to the meeting notice. All right. And then we'll have, I plan to have this video available for you. I had a technical issue last week, so I'm hoping I've sorted it out. So we'll also have the video for this meeting as well, so you'll be able to look back on it. And then something I'm going to show you what I do is that I am going to transcribe this video, and I'm going to turn it into a blog for you. and I will send it out in the email. This is a way you repurpose content. So anytime you record a video, you can send it to I have a service that I use rev.com. So in my personal business, I send my videos to rev.com, they transcribe it, and now you have a blog, and you just need to highlight a few titles, and because I love making videos. So I'd love making a video versus sitting down writing 1,000 words. So I would shoot a video, transcribe it, and I now have a video and a blog. So just food for thought on that. Trying to make things work for you so that you don't work harder, work smarter on that. So, all right. Well, it was so good to see you all today. And I was so happy to meet some new people today. So I'm so glad you all came. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming.